just go over it. From a sporting point of view, I want to make you miss. I want to make it kind of look a little bit ridiculous. I want to show you how I can play my sport better than you. I want to school you, so to speak, and give you a little bit of razzle-dazzle, make you look up here and then change direction, go around there and shoot the ball. And that's kind of the same approach I have with fighting. I like to, if people are looking up here, I like to kick them in the leg. Once they start, oh, that hurt a little bit, he's going to kick me in the leg again, then I'll hit you back up there again. That type of thing. And so I like to get people to think. It's a game of chess, essentially, physical chess.
Right. Yeah. That makes sense. So you want to teach Taiwanese people the winning tactics.
Yeah.
Right.
And this to be a fighter, that's what you really need. You can't just like war with everybody, like type of thing. Like stand in front of guys and take punches and give punches. That's any punch can hurt you and stop you, so to speak. So
wow.
So it's like a game of tag.
Yeah.
High stakes tag.
I think that's what we need in Taiwan.
And you don't want to be it.
Right. Because you know how Taiwanese parents are? Taiwanese parents are into like study is more important than anything else in the world.
Yes.
So, I don't know, are you getting the feel of that kind of, sensitive area where young people want to do what they want to do, get active, not just study.
Yeah.
Or sitting still and getting good grades or that kind of stuff. Because Taiwanese people, including this MMA fighter that I interviewed last week, he said his parents were against what he wanted to do.
Oh, yeah.
And then now, of course, they're accepting, but it took a while. And this kind of thing.
It's not just Asian parents.
Oh, really?
My mother is a special education teacher. She's got a master's in education. She works for the government. She goes into school to assess so-called problem children, this type of thing. My coach came around to our house and said, because I originally just started to train because I enjoyed it. And he saw something in me, my coach. He came around to talk to my parents today. I think this kid's got something. He could become Australian champion. We could do something with this kid. And my dad was like, yeah. My mom was like, no. And it kind of, so but I being a Capricorn and a very stubborn man, I eventually, a lot of headbutting with my mom. We came to a deal. Was if you go to university and if you get good grades and you can still do what you do. And what I did was I actually worked as a security personnel. I used to do all kinds of things from nightclubs to dance parties to the Chippendales and the Thunder Down Under. That there's security for those.
And your mom was all right with those?
Well, to make ends meet, because as an amateur fighter, you make no money. And so I put myself through university, and I put myself through as an amateur fighter, so I could train and pay my gym fees and train with the best guys and do what I need to do. And I was very fortunate enough to get a professional contract before I finished university, and then become Australian champion and go on from there and build from there and actually just train and train twice a day and fight every 8 weeks. That's what I did.
Wow. Well, that's great. You picked Taiwan. You picked an Asian country. Is it because, like Muay Thai, and what was the other thing you were saying? Oh, shadow boxing. That's all. Is shadow boxing an Asian? It's an Asian thing.
Shadow boxing?
Yeah. Did you say that just now?
No. I said sanda.
Huh?
Sanda is like
I've never heard that.
It's a form of Chinese kickboxing.
Okay, kickboxing.
Yeah.
So, you could have picked any country in the world, but you came to Taiwan. Is it because of the Asian element behind these different martial arts?
I have some roots here. I have some roots here.
I heard that. What do you mean by you've got some roots? You can't tell by the way I look. No, so I actually have some roots here in Taiwan. I spent many years living in Thailand, and I speak a little Thai. But I have some roots here as my good friend and my business partner, Sunny Wang. And also my partner is Taiwanese. As well, so who I met in Australia. Oh, got it.
As well, so obviously her parents, which I consider my parents, and things like that. So.
Got it. Okay.
So that's my roots in Taiwan. Right. My good friend and my family.
I see. Well, that's great.
Have your parents visited you here and looked at the gym?
Yeah.
You set up here and everything?
My mom has been
There.
over once already, and she's coming back over on the 5th of July. She's back soon, so she's.
Not to watch that match on July 11th.
No, she won't.
Okay.
My mom, she does yoga 6 times a week. She's been doing it for like 30 years.
Oh, so she's actually athletic in her
she's
own ways.
Very athletic, very busy, but she's totally doesn't understand the sports side of boxing. And so even like, for example, I'd go overseas, I'd go to Germany, I'd have a fight. And then she'd be worried about me because I'm a son. And I'd see her in the kitchen and she'd go, "Are you going to Germany to the fight?" And I'd go, "Yeah." And she'd go, "Oh, okay." Like this.
So,
and then when I get back, I'd come back and I'd be in the kitchen again or something, and she'd be like, "Did you? How did it go? Did you
win?
Did you win?" And she's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Okay, good." And I was like, "Aren't you happy for me?" And she's like, "Well, no, because it means you hurt somebody." But at least you didn't get hurt. But kind of, you know.
So she never went to watch you fight in a match at all?
Well, unfortunately, as much as I love my mother, she's an amazing lady, she never really understood the sports side of it. And I tried to explain it to her a few times, and I mean, you know, a son cannot educate his mother. This doesn't happen anywhere in the world.
But your father has seen you fight many times.
Yeah.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, you know what? I'm a mother too, and maybe that's why is that we don't want to see our children get bloody.
Yeah.
We find this to be violent.
Yes.
And bloody. I mean, those are the two words we want to use in this sport. I mean, but you try to tell me otherwise.
Well, basically, like I say, it's from the sports point of view. So high stakes game of tag. So
Right.
So the idea is like some of my my high level boxing buddies at home that are world champions that I train with and spar with. Sometimes we walk up to each other, and if this is our shoulders, we'll do stuff like this. And we'll kind of move like that, and then we'll separate from each other. And people are like, "What are you guys doing?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Well, actually, I was about to throw a right. I saw he moved that way, so he was already going to counter me. Then I went to throw my left, he already countered that. And then I went to weave under it, and he already did something else, and then I just backed off. Because we both knew that we kind of blocked each other's stuff. We kind of countered, then we moved out. So when
This is in a match?
no, this is just inspiring and training. So, but we're still hitting each other and inspiring, and so we kind of like essentially it's like I'm saying you're sussing things out and you're waiting for people to make a mistake. So you're picking out people's rhythm. A sense of a fighter or warrior would be just somebody who just goes out there and throws punches. I like to call it hit and hope. They kind of don't know what they're doing. Whether they win or lose, they don't really know what they did. Even if they knock the guy out, they still don't know what they did. But it's very different to actually setting something up and having timing and rhythm and having a plan and thinking a few moves ahead and looking for where he puts his body weight. Every time I do that, he puts his body weight there. So I know there's body weights on that leg, so maybe that's a good time to kick his leg. So I'll go like that and then kick his leg, or this type of thing. So, it's, you know.
So this sport is not a no-brainer.
If you want to
use your
If you want to
brain.
make the top ranks, definitely. You need. If you want to get like say in the top 20, top 10 in the world, you need that kind of thinking. You can't just go through there throwing punches and not hitting and hoping. You know. So.
You give me the feeling that, and that's why you have your, what do you call it? Your nickname? Do you call it?
Yeah.
Gentleman.
Fight name. Yeah.
Fight name. It's called Gentleman. I think you're nice to your. You think you're nice to your opponents?
Oh, definitely.
I mean, of course, you're fighting with spirit to win and everything,
Yeah.
but
Well,
you are, yeah.
I'm extremely competitive. That's my thing. Whether
You don't look it.
No. If